Hello again, and hi, Doc Tima here with another 3-minute media literacy discussion. Today I want to talk a little bit about, or extend on the conversation we started with agenda setting last time. There are three theories, pardon me, I've been watching Silo, and it's really good. There are three theories that I was discussing with my students today that I thought might be worth us talking about briefly. One is called Spiral of Silence by Elizabeth Noel Newing, Knowledge Gap Hypothesis, and Cultivation Theory by George Gerbner. We'll talk about each of them in separately, really quick, and then how they can kind of help us collectively figure this stuff out. So, Spiral of Silence well, it's kind of depressing actually if you think about it. So, the basic premise is that if you are someone who has an opinion on a topic, and if you are, say, in a group of people, and that group of people has a differing opinion, even if your opinion is right, and that opinion that you have um, is not considered valid, in fact, gets talked away from or pushed against, and it happens repeatedly over time, you might start to essentially feel as though, even if your opinion is actually the right information, it isn't worth it. It's not worth bringing up. You have a potential fear of being isolated because of this opinion. And that fear spins you kind of outside. It spirals you out of the center group and silences you. You're placed in what we'd call a marginalized space. You're voiceless. Not because of what someone said to you, although it could be the case, but more because of the fear that what you have to say may not be accepted. Spiral of Silence is powerful, and it can um, eliminate conversation, which gets us this other idea of what's called knowledge gap hypothesis. The knowledge gap hypothesis um, is where there is, well, for lack of a better term, access to information. And that access to information is granted based upon socioeconomic spaces, class, um, location, education level. And if you are not on the receiving end of those, because you don't have access to that information, that knowledge, your knowledge is incomplete. And because of that, you might fill it in with other information. And as you fill it in with that other information, what you thought was real isn't. It becomes distorted. And distortion can lead you to make decisions based upon distorted reality versus the actual thing, the knowledge that you're hoping to have. Which leads us to this third idea from George Gerbner called cultivation theory. Cultivation theory, some folks really agree with this, some people do not. But the basic premise is this. If you hear something once, you'll ignore it. Maybe it sits in your short-term memory, you react to it, then it's done. If you keep hearing the same thing over and over and over, eventually that information seeps deeper and deeper into kind of who you are, right? Into your schema. Like if you're a farmer or work in agriculture, when you cultivate the land, you seed it, you spread fertilizer over it or manure or compost, and you tend it over time. And as you tend it and the roots get deeper and they get stronger, things grow out of it. This is how cultivation theory kind of works. Advertising works this way. Marketing works this way. Public relations works this way. And here's the kicker. Most of the news that we consume works this way. They repeat specific things over and over and over again. And if you only hear that item, that knowledge gap allows a particular perspective to be cultivated in you. And just so you know that it's not right. Yet, if the voices around you are louder than yours, you suddenly fear that your opinion is going to be ignored, that you will be isolated, that you'll be silenced. Why do I bring these up? We are right now surrounded by more information than we can possibly process at a given time. And we are willing to acquiesce to it sometimes just to turn it off in our heads. Rather, might I suggest that we sit back, we listen to what it has to say, or what is said, compared to other things that are said, look for different reporting, different information, and then kind of just process all of it and think through it. If we do that, A, our blood pressure is going to go down. B, our pulse is going to go down. And C, we won't be pushed into a position where we need to silence ourselves. We won't be pushed into a position where the agenda is set for us. Rather, we have enough information to really be able to glean what's going on in the media around us. I know you're watching this on TikTok or possibly YouTube. You're getting this because of an algorithm that you set up, that you've trained. So maybe, just maybe, you need to retrain the algorithm so that your agenda is set up a certain way. It's framed a different way. You're cultivating better information. The knowledge gap gets closed. And you know your opinion's going to be solid. And you're okay with that. Even if other people don't listen, it's fine. You know. Because you've done the work. So, media literacy is all about A, understanding what we do with our media. And B, understanding how we can work our media to our personal advantage, both in the consumption of it and the production of it. So, that's all I got for this time. I went over 3 minutes again. I apologize. I'm just blabbering too much. I'll try to keep it tighter in the future. With that said, take it easy. Take care of each other. Be well. We'll catch you next time. See ya.